All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Everybody that's here right now, if you could just type 1 in the chat if you can hear me. We're getting some 1s in there. Good deal. Heck yeah. I think we're going to try something a little different today, and we're going to get out of it as much as you all put into it. I'm going to ask some questions. We're going to try and do some thought process walkthroughs. Hopefully it goes well. If not, then I'll just keep on going at a faster pace until we get through the analysis, and then we will trade together. But I think that doing these streams is widely beneficial to you all. If I can make them interactive. Really try and spark some thought process and really try and spark some, the ability for you all to go forward. Once I stop doing these streams eventually in the future, for you all to be able to go and do this on your own. Be able to walk away from these with something that you have forever, something that's permanent. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. Good stuff. Good morning to everybody. Let's see here. We got Timepiece, Shaky, John, Vin, Justice, Joseph, William, Nikolai. Good morning to you all. So we're looking at a few different things today. We've got, of course, the indexes, gold, oil, as always. Same pairs, different day. But the templates are interesting. All right, and it is Tuesday. It is a Tuesday without any U.S. news. And usually, or typically, we are looking for markets that are prepared or set up to expand the range of Monday. All right, Monday is the opening range for the week, and we're looking for things that are set up and prepared to expand the range of Monday. There are going to be instances where Tuesday is a reversal setup, so I'm aware of those. I'm looking for those. But those I'm very typically going to be looking for the expansion setup instead. Trend trade opportunities we talked about yesterday. And there's a few markets today that have shown up and given me signals to be looking for certain things. So we've been in an up-moving market on the NASDAQ. They triggered previous day's low. They went back to the high and broke out. And we're kind of sitting now in that area, in that vicinity, right? Something like this. So is it going to continue to go higher? I don't know. Is it going to break down? I don't know. What I do know is we've had a template or an evolution of a template where we've had a breakout on last Thursday, first red day, an inside bar, and then they triggered the previous day's low. So what could this previous day's low being triggered be a signal of? What could this be indicating? Hopefully you all are frantically typing. And hopefully you're frantically typing. It could be a lower low. It could be a lower low. Now, I'm not saying that it is. And I'm not saying that it's going to go down. What I'm saying is if I'm looking for things that could indicate to me what could be happening, that's something that I should be looking at. Number one. Number two, the market closed in breakout to the downside on Monday. Closed outside of Friday's low. And now we have come back up in what appears to be a 3 peaks pattern. 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peaks. Engulfment, we've gone sideways. So what could be happening is we could be in breakout going higher. This could be the first pullback, and we could be going up. All right, we'll just establish that with each other and say, hey, that's the possibility. We're in breakout up. It pulls back. We've gone sideways. We could just be going back to the high. We'll get rid of these ads for you. There we go. As far as a 3-day setup, though, or a 3-day opportunity, low, gone back to the high, new weekly template starts, lower low, pops back up. We had a first red day on Friday, a breakout day on Monday. Could we see a follow-through continuation of that lower low today? Yes. So that's what I'm going to look for. So let's go down to a 5-minute chart and see if that's going to work out or not. We've been making higher highs and higher lows. We pulled back in excess of 2 bars and gone higher and then made a lower low. Okay. So after making this lower low, we've popped back up in a few peaks, and essentially we've just gone back into consolidation. So we've got a high in place, we've got a low in place, and now this is our consolidation to work from coming into 9:30. Okay, I'm looking for the short because this could possibly have been a lower low. They've popped it back up, maybe even 3 levels. They may have popped it up 3 levels. Let's see. Okay, so we've got I'm going to go to a 15 here. We'll call this a 50 pip box coming off of 50. So probably not 3 levels. Three levels seems like it might be a little bit higher. They may have came off the high, though, and dropped it down 3 levels. So I'm very aware that this could just be putting in a reset or a peak low reset, and we could be going back to the high. So we'll see. Now, I do like US 30 a bit more. Okay, and I'm gonna leverage you all again for some answers here. So progression-wise, we've had a market that has been going up, up, up. We've been breaking out, 3 days of breakouts. We had a first red inside bar, which we talked about yesterday. Inside bar went back to the high, triggered the high. This is one of the playbook setups. Reversed off of that high. We got in somewhere over here, and then we got the continuation back to previous day's low. Beautiful. Perfect setup. In doing that, we also have now a breakout day down. All right. So whenever I have a breakout close, we've been going up and now we're broken out down. What's the first thing that I should do with this level here? I should take that previous day's low. Hopefully you all are frantically typing projected across, because every time I have a breakout close, that's the first thing you always see me do is project this across. That's because this could be a level that they trade back up into. This could be a strike zone, could be 3 levels of rise. And realistically, what this is doing to me is just highlighting the fact that we've been in breakout to the downside. It's highlighting to me that the market only does 3 things. It highlights to me that this is the setup I'm likely looking for or waiting for. Because right now we have a breakout to the downside, and Tuesday typically expands the range of Monday. So maybe I can look for a trend trade to expand the range of Monday, if that presents. All right, we got a little peak low, peak high at the end of the session yesterday. And then today they've popped back up and gone into consolidation. Looks like we have broke down at some point, made lower lows. And it popped back up. Carried over, good stuff. Stuart, yep. Beats, morning to you. All right, now one thing I will say with this, and that I've seen before, is they've dropped it down quite a bit. Gone back into consolidation. What am I doing? Is this it? Should be, right? I'm losing my mind this morning. No, that's not what I'm looking for. What am I doing? There we go. Holy cow. All right, we've come back down and we've dropped into consolidation. They've been working the high. I'm going to wait for it and look to see if it breaks down. I'd like to see it break down. That's a solid thesis. Breakout close, trades back up into the high, breaks down, pops up, goes into consolidation, and follows through. So we'll see. But based off of reoccurring setups, that's what I would have to look for in the progression of a template. We'll head over here to gold. We've got 4 minutes, so I'm trying to hurry a little bit. Okay, with gold, market has been going down. I mean, we broke that up, but we've been going down, all right, past few days. This market's making lower lows and lower highs. Yesterday, we got almost a first green day. This is a low of week. Technically, it's a lower low, right? Lower low. And then we had a breakout that failed yesterday, restarting the 3-day cycle day one. And in doing so, they've now came back down and are back at the level. Okay. So this could have been a higher high. We could have triggered the high, or we popped it back up and gone sideways. I think gold is interesting. I like that we're hovering around the level. False breaks for yeah, exactly. I like that we're hovering at the level. Because yesterday I could potentially be treating this like a first green day. And they may be looking for 3 levels of drop. They've triggered the previous day's high in Asia. They've dropped it down once. They've dropped it down twice. They've dropped it down a third time, gone back into consolidation. We had lower lows and lower highs. They broke, they spiked, they made a higher high, dropped it back down 1, 2, 3. And we're hovering at the level. Let's check the 100 pip box. Okay, so we had a peak formation put in place at or around 50 and around a 50 pip box, right? So we've come down once, twice, and a third time. So 50 is our level. And we're putting in peaks below 50. So if we get explosive moves back up through 50, it could be telling me what to look for. 9:30 in the morning. I think gold is very interesting. I wouldn't mind watching it. Okay, Russell's the same as US 30. We've had a breakout close from last Friday, breakout close yesterday on Monday. Project that level across. The only thing with this is now we are resting back on top of this. So this is one thing you really have to pay attention to. You really have to make sure that you don't get trapped down low. Just pay attention. That's why you always project these levels across. This could fail. All right, this could be 3 peaks. They put in the peaks above the breakout level and continue to follow through down. Or this could have turned into a failed breakout over the course of 2 days, and you got to be very mindful of that. This could be a lower low. We could be going back up to test the high. Oil, did we make it out of my box? Kind of. Sort of. All right, we're out of there. So this is actually breakout day one now to the upside. We've been breaking out down. First green day, triggered the low, spiked up through the high, first green. Breakout day one, I project that level across. And I continue to search. Let's see, this is breakout day one. We dropped it down. We didn't trigger previous day's high today, but that's okay. Let's look at the 5. Ew. Oh my goodness. So we got lower low, which would have confirmed lower high. And then we get higher high. the breakout level is pretty much the low. Okay, 9:31 in the morning. I've got some thesis in place, and now we can just wait 5 minutes. This is oil. I need to go to NASDAQ. I need to go to US 30. I want to be watching gold today. I think that looks good. Gold. I want to go to oil. I've got all of the above now open. US 30. Off the open. First 5 minutes. We're into the first five. US 30. Man, I hope they don't just do what they did yesterday, which is spike up, spike down, create this big range. I'm not a fan of when they do that. And it's a no news day, so there's a potential for that. You have to forgive my giant bottle here. Whatever. All right. Oh, we're seeing some extreme back and forth volatility. Heck yeah. Oh my goodness. What is that? Oh, the volatility right now is very back and forth. Let's see. Is it actually volatile right now, or is it just making it look that way? Because sometimes the bars we're not moving in as large of a box. 20 points. Okay, that's pretty good. We got 1 minute left on this 5 minute bar. Okay, there's a new 5 minute bar. Nasdaq's looking decent. I'm not saying great, but I am saying decent. Definitely think I'd like to see it continue to make new lows. A lot of volatility. They're whipping it back and forth in the range. We've broken down. We've gone sideways for a bar. If the next bar goes back up, then that's a problem. Obviously, they're trapping shorts, and one thesis or the other is going to play out, and we would have the wrong thesis. If it drops down, this is a death candle, and this all turns into trap volume. They break down, they go sideways for a bar, and the next bar follows through, and we know that we're on the right side of things. 2 minutes left on the bar. Could be. Right, but we would need to see very extreme follow through from this being a death candle. There really shouldn't be a lot of back and forth. Hey, Paulie, good morning. All right, so we've got 1 minute left on the bar. I'm watching the 1 minute chart on my other screen. We had a little bit of a, like a symmetrical triangle ordeal. Okay, looking for follow through. Looking for, if this bar closes like this, I like that a lot because we would have an engulfment and then a bit of a, like a pin hammer ordeal. Okay, I've just pulled one of my contracts off. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I really didn't expect that. Getting a lot of volatility. They popped me back. They popped back up and took me for the second contract. All right. Well, I'm going to hang out and wait then. It was a bit of a, it was pretty much break even. All right, so what I did was I shorted, and then it went back into consolidation, which was fine, but that's kind of that, that point where it could go either way. And it started to follow through, so I took some off to pad the position, and then I brought my stops down, and they popped back up and hit me. So basically a break-even trade. It could have just as easily followed through and just kept on going, and I would have just held on because I had low of day targets in mind. And I still do. I could have just been, might be a little early. But something is making me feel like maybe my thesis is wrong. So I'm going to wait and see. The thesis was, for anybody who maybe is joining a little bit late, we had a first red inside bar, NASDAQ lower low breakout day one, pop back up, level one, level two, level three peaks, broke down, made a lower low, went back into consolidation, and off the open, we got a death candle. So I said, okay, with all of that in mind, I'm going to go short. We got an engulfment. Anytime the market breaks down or breaks out, it even goes sideways. We even got the sideways breakout pin hammer. And it has now popped back up. So I'm not mad about this at all. I managed the risk really well. I managed the trade really well. I entered exactly when I was supposed to. Took partials to pad the position because I had a fairly wide stop. I had a pretty wide stop. I didn't really want to risk the full stop. So I padded the position, moved stops to a very appropriate area. Okay, I moved above this little cluster of nonsense right here. Put stops above right here. And then they came back up and hit me. I'm not mad about it. Not even a little. Yeah, Nicola, like maybe they're playing hard to get, like it's going to go, but maybe they're just screwing with it first. We'll see. For sure. Let's see what does the 15 look like? All right, and objectively, we've got the big down closed bars. They weren't allowing people to get out of their shorts. They started allowing people to get out of their shorts here. And they're allowing it again over here. New 15-minute bar. Had to turn that fan down a little bit. Getting cold in here. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential today. I think there's a decent amount. The charts look decent. Okay, this is interesting. So we've had the lower low, huge down close bar off the open with immediate reversal and a breakout, a potential breakout now back up. 1 bar range, huge down close bar, immediately gets bought up, trapping shorts, and then now breaking out to the upside. Interesting. Very interesting. Patience will probably pay off. 1 bar range. This bar, yeah, it made a higher high, but it failed to break out. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but US 30 smashes up, NASDAQ goes down. Discuss, yeah. And that's, a big reason why I only trade the chart that I'm looking at. I don't like to say, well, look, US 30 is going up, so maybe NASDAQ will follow. But I've seen this exact same thing happen before. US 30 goes up here, hits the high of the day, and rolls over. Am I saying that's going to happen today? I don't know. It kind of seems like maybe we've created a box here, and like maybe we're about to be expanding up. But it could just be working the high. So this is where patience and just waiting and actually seeing what's happening is going to pay off. Or maybe I just find something that's better. Although this does look really good. It does look very clean. But it's also not a setup for me. Going long off of large bars is not a setup for me. We're in breakout down. If today turns into like maybe a first green day or something like that, I would be willing to watch and execute that tomorrow. But just based off of this, I can't do anything. Okay, the NASDAQ is looking a little squeeze-like. They started ascending some lows here. We've got a flat top and the lows that are rising. Oh. Let's see, are the shorts actually trapped, or are they going to get let out? Are this three peaks, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3? FOMC day off tomorrow. I might, Stuart, I might just take the day off as far as streaming goes and as far as trading goes, because like I don't trade FOMC days, but it is just the minutes, so maybe I could be looking, but ooh, I wonder if this, maybe, are we getting first green day trap in a down moving market? But that, again, that would have came from up here. I can't take that anyways. Interesting. It's 1 bar range. This is a breakout now. Is NASDAQ about to double bottom? I do not know. Oh, look at that. Big wick down. Instead of letting the shorts out. Pop back up. Might have been a little double bottom. Now we might be squeezing higher. All right, we got NASDAQ putting in a fairly large up close bar, closing right at the highs of the other bars. Somehow gold is up here. I probably put it there. All right, we got 7 minutes to a new hour. No confirmation of any trade. Minus the one stop I took earlier. Right back to watching paint dry. I guess we could maybe assume that gold has made this lower low, and this was a 3 levels of rise pop up, and maybe now we're failing to go higher. Maybe it's collapsing. I don't know. But I don't think I'm clear enough on it to be able to execute. So I'm not going to. Look at this. We broke out of the range. Immediately got sucked back into it. So basically it's gone higher, and it's going to retest to see if it can go lower. Whether or not it succeeds, who knows. NASDAQ, I'm watching it on the 1 minute chart on the NASDAQ, and it's continuing to pull higher. At least on a lower time frame. Actually on a higher time frame as well, 5 minute. They just keep on ascending the close, dragging the close higher. That's true. Maybe some macro things the market's holding off. FOMC, trade deal stuff, who knows. However, I will say I'm still not mad about taking this. This was is valid, very valid. Okay, this 5-minute bar's got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the candle. We've got 3 minutes. We're coming into a new hour. I have not entered. The way that that bar closed, they just brought it down just far enough to make it enticing. I still have not entered. We're getting an insane amount of volatility. So a lot of back and forth. Okay, this is how I had things marked up. Yeah, Shaky, that's what I'm feeling too. Is like they're in these past couple of days have just been going from consolidation to consolidation without really expanding too much. Now I want to tell you, I did answer. I re-entered. Okay, I short this thing from right here. Okay. Okay, this bar makes a higher low. Yeah, okay. Basically what I did here was we've got a 1, 2, 3. Okay. They can either be extremely rude and hold it in this third bar's range, trapping shorts at the low, and it could reverse off of this, and when it does, it's going to be very fast, and I would take a decent loss. I'm not willing to do that. I'd rather just get stopped out at break even and go about my day. So this bar put in a higher low, and I've gone to break even. And now I'm getting stopped out at break even. Okay. And that's fine with me. I don't care. Because this could have just as easily, if it wasn't playing games, all right, if it wasn't moving from consolidation to consolidation without truly expanding the range, it would have just gone. It would have just gone. It would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe a shallow pullback here and there, but we would have been rapidly advancing, moving. But it just keeps on dropping consolidation to consolidation. And I don't play the game. I don't want to play the game. I know what a real move looks like. If something's going to go, it will go and it will move multiple bars and it will go in that direction very quickly. If there's another agenda or if there's some other thing that the market is trying to accomplish, it will whip back and forth or go from consolidation to consolidation or whatever, right? Look how strong this move is. This bar doesn't even have any wicks. I mean, I'm looking at the wrong screen here. This bar doesn't even have any wicks. It's one of the strongest down close bars. And then it just stopped. Okay, maybe we get another little bear flag here. Maybe. There we go. Good stuff, shaking. That was an aggressive short, but looks like it paid off for you, so good stuff. So what I was going to say before I read your message was because of the way that they're moving this. Now, this little pop back up, we could be going lower. I don't know. We're going to see. They keep moving consolidation to consolidation. They've popped it back up again. This really big down close bar hasn't really gone anywhere. But it does seem to be dragging a bit lower. Is it about to give us the flush? Because this is a common thing that will happen is it will really work and then you will get a flush and it will flush down to the target, which would be low of day or closing price. But I'm feeling less and less confident. I think US 30, maybe this was like a breakout, fake out, 1, 2, 3 back to the high. It failed immediately. We've come back down. 930. If we get a close lower, that'd be like a breakout, fake out bar. Breaks down, goes sideways, attempts to go back to the high and fails, reverses. And then now maybe we're looking at the flush. Except it's already at the low of the day. Something in my soul, something about my intuition is telling me just to hold on. Like US 30 might be the best option, but maybe I should just wait. Or like maybe I should have taken it with shaky from the top. Which isn't something I do, so I would have never done that, but would have made me feel a bit safer, I think. Look at this. They dropped it down again, immediately back into consolidation. Yeah, the Nasdaq's being rude. Let's see this. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing. I feel like oil's interesting. You think shaking? What do you think? It's going to be an inside bar? I mean, it's 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. 1 minute's done a little 1, 2, 3 back up. They might just hold it here. I still think that oil's interesting. And oil's interesting to me because the setup that I was looking for before and the price action that's presenting. It dropped it down, held it in consolidation. It looks like maybe it's prepping. You know, we might be seeing some prep work here. All right, I'm extremely hydrated. I want to trade today until probably like 10:30, 10:45. I think they're shaping. They could be decent, but I would like to be able to fully focus. I'm fully hydrated right now. I'm going to come back. 30 seconds, all right? All right, I'm back. Let's see what's happened while I was gone. Nice. All right, oil's about to bump its head. 1 minute. I think the next 5 to 15 minutes is going to be crucial. Okay, I think we're back at the almost at the high of the day, but we're at previous day's close. I think either oil gives up the close and we go back for previous day's high, which would be a trend trade, or this is gonna turn into a narrow range day, maybe an inside day. We just oscillate around the close, which again could be in preparation for inventories tomorrow. Could be in preparation for FOMC. Blah 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 blah. Really quiet out there. How's everyone doing? I'm getting quiet, and I don't know. It feels weird. I'm sitting here on stream, not talking, which I don't usually do. Usually I just run my mouth the entire time. But oil is very interesting to me. The way that we broke out of the high of the day, I've kind of looking for the expansion of the range now at this point. Looking for it to go back towards previous day's high. Reason being, breakout day one. First day, we've come out of this box, right? We've come out of the consolidation. Broke out, went sideways. We're in consolidation, going sideways. Is it going to continue to trend up towards the high? I don't know. I think it's a fair question, though. Let's see. If you look across various markets, there's a bit of confusion going on here. Yeah, we got oil going up, US 30 going down, which usually these two are supposedly, they're supposed to kind of correlate a little bit. NQ going down. These two are going down now, but before we had US 30 going vertical, NASDAQ pulling lower. We've got two things going lower. Gold is also going lower, which is backwards. But this is exactly why I don't let correlations or anything like that affect me. I just, whatever chart I am currently looking at, that is the one that I'm using. I don't want to let anything else ruin my perception of what's happening on that one chart. Okay, we broke out on oil. We've gone sideways for a bar. Will it follow through or will it reverse? Basically, the breakout of the high of the day, is it going to succeed or is it going to fail? You can't make this stuff up. It broke out. Look at what it's done. This is what we've been doing for 5 minutes. Immaculate. Immaculate. Okay, new bar just opened up on a gap down. I will say, if this does not work out, this would be the third break even of today. So therefore, if this one doesn't work out, there's a good chance that I'm just trading in choppy markets. Luckily, I've been able to manage them well, well enough that I'm taking break-even losses instead of 3 full losses. However, that'll be my stopping point. I'm not going to just keep going. I hit 2 NASDAQ break evens in a choppy market. And now I would be taking a break even on oil. Yeah, these movements today are, I mean, it's a no news day, right? So it's probably not as much going on. But the way that the price is moving is not for the faint of heart, I think. The only thing that even looks remotely clean is gold. But that's something that I can't even take. Frankly, though, I'm not going to be upset about any of these break evens because they were all well thought out, well executed, and well managed. Where I'd be upset is if I just started entering at random into random stuff. I mean, all of these fit my entry criteria to a T. Playbook opportunities, trend trades after breakout day 1, not breakout day 2, not breakout day 3, breakout day 1, breakout pullback. We're at the level. We're coming off of the level, higher high, pullback, starts to continue to go higher. We've dropped it down, gone 1, 2, 3 into the low, and broke out. I'm good with that. I accept that. Trading oil is very, I don't know if any of you trade futures or whatever, but if you trade oil, what a clunky, it just clunks back and forth. It feels very weird. It's what, like gold indexes, I really enjoy executing on those because it just feels very fluid. I don't know how to explain it. Whereas oil, it's like the bar will be sitting in one place and then it'll just like jump and then it'll just jump back. And it's very, I don't know, it feels weird. Or maybe I'm just weird. That's a very good possibility. So Neil, I mean, I would have to ask and say and emphasize: are you at a level? You're at the low of the day. Sure. Was yesterday a first green day? Yeah. Is this the ideal opportunity? Is it making higher highs and higher lows? Do we have an engulfment? Do we have anything that would go into the setup to make it playbook? And I would argue and say probably not. I would argue and say probably not. Okay, I think that would be a low probability opportunity. I think I would be, if I were to do that, it would be me getting frustrated with, trying to guess a direction. That's kind of sounds like what's happening is we're just trying to guess the direction. Where's it going to go? It's not about that. It's broken out up, oil. It's pulled back. It's making higher highs and higher lows on the day. It's engulfing. I'm getting in. You know what I mean? Like there's criteria and there's certain things to search for. It's like playing Where's Waldo? Where's the striped shirt? To me, this is a striped shirt moment. Now, it's not always going to work out, but that's fine. Looks like a bust. I'm kind of feeling that way. I'm really feeling that way. I'm feeling like every time, like, I'm very glad that I've moved away from this. Okay. I noticed it. I saw what was happening. It just keeps on going from consolidation to consolidation. Every time it makes a new low, it goes back into consolidation. Look at this. They pop it back up. This is so important. I'm telling you. If there was anything, we've only got 50 people left in here, and that's fine. That means that the other 10 or 20 people are going to miss this. Whenever they pop price back up, they lift things up higher just so that they can dump it back down into the low aggressively. And then once they get there, immediately start pulling. They're making the chart so that you perceive it a certain way. Pull back, follow through, continuation, but how far is this really going? It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. They popped it back up. This is all on the inside of this bar's high and low. And then they lift it up, and then they open a bar, and they move it from here to here, which is back down at the low. It looks like it's ready and prepped to go down. But then they do the exact same thing here, and here, and here. Trapping shorts behavior. All right, oil did not stop me out at break even. It would be nice to see it squeeze. Paul, you take it easy. I'll be sitting here watching paint dry for a little bit longer, I think. So this is trapping shorts behavior, and now we were coming off of the low, maybe strongly. Like maybe this is we've prepped this for a squeeze up. Joanne, what do you mean? Is it? I don't know if it's Joanne or Johan, so you're gonna have to forgive me on the pronunciation. Look at this. They're doing a little work up here. Doing a little work. They got the spread. They got the spread working. spread is working overtime. Let's see if it closes and then pushes. That'd be good. If they just keep on widening the spread at the high of the day, that's curious. That's curious to say the least. And also, they've pulled it back, like I just talked about. Opened a bar and then expanded it back to the high without going much higher at all. You know, I really want to see, let's start pushing. Let's start expanding. Let's start expanding. And these look great. These are good expansion bars. That is showing some directional commitment. Now, in the 1 minute, I am liking what I'm seeing with oil because they're pulling the bars up, 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 and away. All it will take is just one to squeeze. We get one to squeeze, it'll be good. Fantastic read. I'm not going to toot my own horn. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, pat myself on the back too much. But lifetime performance matters. And me sitting here and chatting with you all about watching them trap people short and then watching them squeeze back up. Good stuff. Good read. Now this could be temporary. You know, this could be they could honestly they could pop it back up, stop everybody out, go back into consolidation, and roll over. I'm not saying that's what I think is going to happen, but I just want to point out that is a possibility. They pop it back up, stop everybody out, really start to piss everybody off, get them very frustrated, roll over. Okay. But we're getting pretty late in the session. I'm looking for the move of the day. Where's the directional move for the day, if there is one? Okay, oil, right back up to the high. We got some ascending bars, but think about how easy this would be. Whenever you get these ascending bars, I like to see that. It's very good. It's a very good price action sign where we've got up moving bars. They're ascending the close. Little to no overlap. That's good. One thing I'm always concerned with is when this happens and it's not really squeezing, it's not really following through, because they could just put one bar back down and anybody who bought this in the last 15 minutes or 5 minutes or however long is going to be caught, which would be me. I would be caught. I would be the guy. I don't want to be the guy. If it squeezes, I'm going to add in. But they're really up there. They're working that spread. Look at this thing. Okay. Here we go. We might get a little something. Or they're just playing the game. They might just be playing the game. They've opened the spread up again. Are they working the high? $10.37. So we've got at 10:37. Let's see what we got going on here. We got two 15-minute bars going back up. We have a breakout bar, breakout pullback, 15 minutes. This 15-minute bar is going higher. This one really should be the one that expands. In theory. In thesis. Being ridiculous. Let's see. I wonder if they're going to make it scary before actually going. Or if it just, drops back down, then whatever. We got 1 minute left on this bar. And it's failing to go higher on a 1 minute. It's unfortunate. My stops might have to be a little tight. And by stops, I mean break even plus. Break even plus a little bit. So we won't close out the day completely break even, but if they drop it back down, they're going to take me out. All right. Well played. Well played. That lack of follow through, I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. And it still could. I'm basically break even for the day, like 250. I had added in, so here's the thing. I had added in, which brought my average entry up quite a bit. And I really wasn't willing to risk the position on a squeeze. It should just squeeze. Okay. So I brought stops up below this little bar here. In anticipation of the squeeze, we got a big up close bar, big up close bar, big up close bar. We should be squeezing. We're coming into the end of a 15-minute bar, into the end of a 5-minute bar. We should be squeezing. It wasn't squeezing. Holy cow, it's a good thing I did that. Manage risk, manage position, do what makes sense. I wasn't just doing random things. And I wasn't doing anything emotional either. I wasn't bringing stops there out of fear or whatever. I'm just protecting the position because this is what I think that it should be doing, and it's not doing that, so I'm going to protect it. Maybe they're going to make it look scary before it actually squeezes and goes vertical. And I won't be a part of it, and that's fine. I'm good with that, but I think that I'm about ready to end my trading day. I've been sitting here watching it for a while. So in recap of today could have been very bad, and I have a feeling that out of 50 of you that are in here right now, at least one of you took the bait multiple times, unfortunately. Maybe you got chopped up, there's lots of areas from today to get chopped up because they kept on moving the consolidations without breaking out. A lot of things that were just behaving very low volume feel to them, barely making new extremes and then pulling back. US 30 was just, if you tried to do anything with this thing, you're getting whipsawed short, immediately taking it away from closing price, breaking out high at the high. I think this is the high of the day, right? Yeah. At the high of the day, triggering in longs, immediately take that away as well. Okay, so let's go short. You go short, they pull back. How many points is this? So let's say you traded the short here. 58 pips. You're holding on through 58 pips. It's probably not. All right, so let's go short again. I got stopped out once. We'll try and go short. Looks like it's going to follow through. Remember what I talk about when I say, I really don't like to see when it curls like this, like a little bow and arrow. It's nice to see it pop back up, go into consolidation for a bit, and then follow through. So you try to go short again. You get whipsawed again. All right, now we're long. Now they're pulling back. It's choppy markets. All right, these are choppy market conditions. We identified it early. I identified it early over here. Identified it at the open on US 30, seeing it get whipped back and forth. The only thing that made sense to me, the only trade that, other than these two break even stops over here to help me identify that we're in a choppy day, the only thing that really made sense to me was this long. Which is why I started to focus in on this, because this is breakout day one, which is a higher high. We've pulled back on the day. We've broken down, made a higher high, broke out, pulled back. Very large down close bars into the low. 1, 2, 3 into the low. Then we get the breakout. Okay, so I started getting in. Breakout, pullback. I started adding in, which dragged my break-even stop up and kind of forced me to tighten things up. Getting stopped out once again for break-even plus just a little bit. Finishing out the day pretty much break-even. 250 on the day. Good stuff, Sebastian. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a... Oh, no. Is this thing going to go? I think it's going to go now. That's okay. We'll get it tomorrow. All right, we've got a little bit of news in the back half of this week. We might be seeing some larger moves this week at the back half. I'm good with that. I think it's time to get some calories. We're going to get some workout in. What am I doing today? See, I did squats yesterday and mostly, I think it was mostly chest. So I think today's my deadlift day. Both, Nikolai. But I think I'm starting to, like, props is mostly just for fun. I think that live is by far the best. 10:45. So new 15-minute bar. We're seeing the volatility come in at a new 15-minute bar. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting some food. I'm getting these. I got to get a lot of calories in, actually, because these deadlifts are going to be rough. I need some carbs. You have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's FOMC. All right, we're going to take a break tomorrow. That drop was a new 15-minute bar opening. I know, it's crazy. You have a good rest of your day. Stay safe. Tomorrow, we're just going to take a break. I will see you all Thursday. Okay, Thursday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Thursday and Friday, we'll be trading together. Having lots of fun. I'm really enjoying doing these streams. I'm having a blast. So, appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.